Harmful sexual behaviors in children. A guide for parents to protect and support their kids. Hello everyone. Today I'd like to share with you a topic that I believe every parent needs to pay attention to. Harmful sexual behaviors in children and adolescents. It's not an easy subject to talk about, but I genuinely hope that through this sharing, we can better understand, empathize, and learn how to support our children in creating a safe and healthy environment for them. I'll walk you through the main points from an article I've read, with all the sincerity and emotions of a parent speaking from the heart. First, I want to highlight two key takeaways from the article. 1. We need to watch for unusual sexual behaviors in our children, things that might harm them or others. 2. If we notice anything inappropriate, don't hesitate to seek help from professionals. They can help us understand what's happening and guide us on how to handle it best. Now, I'll break it down by age group so it's easier for you to follow. Behaviors in toddlers. When your little one shows strange signs. Friends, imagine your child is just 1 to 3 years old. That adorable age when they're still learning to walk. Yet sometimes they do things that shock you. For example, they might constantly touch or rub their private parts, whether at home or in public, and show no interest in anything else. Or they might masturbate in a way that hurts themselves. It breaks your heart to see. Sometimes, they touch the private areas of friends or adults. Or even try to force others to play games like inserting objects into sensitive areas. Scary, right? I remember reading about kids who talk about sex constantly, knowing more than they should for their age, or mimicking adult actions with friends or even pets. I was stunned. It made me wonder, could something be wrong with my child? These aren't normal behaviors for this age, and I think we need to pay close attention to help them in time. Behaviors in preschoolers. When curiosity goes too far. By ages 3 to 6. Kids start preschool and explore the world more. But sometimes, that curiosity leads to inappropriate actions. For instance, they might frequently touch their private parts, ignoring other games with friends. Or they masturbate in a way that hurts themselves. I just want to hug them and ask what's on their mind. Sometimes, they mimic sexual acts with friends or pets. Clothed or not, they talk, draw, or play in ways that revolve around adult themes. Even trying to put objects in their mouths or private areas, or someone else's. Reading this, I felt genuinely worried. Don't you think this is when we need to sit down and observe our kids more closely? If we don't, it could affect them later on. Behaviors in elementary school kids. When they grow up and boundaries become clearer. From ages 6 to 10. In elementary school, kids start understanding more but are also easily influenced. If they constantly touch their private parts, at home or in public, and avoid other activities, I'd feel something's off. Or if they masturbate to the point of hurting themselves, preferring that over sports or playtime with friends. They might try touching others despite being told not to. What scares me most is when they force friends into sexual games, luring them to secluded spots like bathrooms or storage rooms for inappropriate acts. Or talk about sex with knowledge far beyond their years. And if they start watching porn online, that's a red flag. Friends, I really think we need to keep a closer eye on them at this age. They're so vulnerable to outside influences. Behaviors in adolescence. When they enter a sensitive phase. From 10 to 15, kids enter adolescence, a time when I'm proud they're growing up but worried they might stumble. If they masturbate to the point of self-harm or prefer it over fun activities. It pains me, but what terrifies me more is when they touch others without consent. Coerce, bribe, or threaten someone into sexual acts. Sending explicit photos. Engaging with animals, or always trying to be alone with younger kids. These things chill me to the bone. They might stalk others despite warnings, watch porn regularly, or use explicit material to intimidate younger children. At this point, I just want to tell you all, our kids need us more than ever in this phase. We have to be their friend and guide so they don't lose their way. Why do they act this way, and what can we do? Friends, I don't think these behaviors come out of nowhere. Maybe they're sad or emotionally confused and don't know who to talk to. Maybe they stumbled across inappropriate content online. Or worse, someone hurt them. Reading this, I just wanted to run to my child, hug them, and ask if they're okay. But I know a hug isn't enough. This is when we need experts. They'll help us understand what our child is going through and, more importantly, show us how to support them best. Don't hesitate. Nothing matters more than seeing our kids grow up safe and happy. Conclusion: supporting our kids is a long journey. Dear friends, I hope this sharing encourages us to pay more attention to our children, not to judge them, but to love and protect them. Harmful sexual behaviors aren't easy to accept, but if we catch them early and support our kids, things can change. Let's create a healthy environment where they feel safe to share anything. And if needed, let experts guide us. I believe that with a parent's love, nothing is impossible. Thank you for listening, and I wish us all the strength to be our children's rock.